When it comes to immigration policy, pretty much everything that Donald Trump has thought of or given to him by Stephen Miller has been absolutely horrendous. But some of the plans that they haven't pursued are even worse than the ones that they have. Here's one that they were considering. In one initiative examined earlier this year, Department of Homeland Security officials looked at housing migrant children at Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, which has a dormitory facility that has been used in the past to hold asylum seekers. The proposal to house migrant children from the southwest border there has not gained traction, perhaps because of the optics of housing young people adjacent to terrorism suspects. I normally don't include that sort of editorializing from the New York Times or anyone else, but I like that. But I think they're onto something.
It's just so strange that they were like, okay, here's an idea. And then they were like, let's look into it. We got something that houses terrorism suspects and we should put kids next to that. But that makes the most sense to me if you're in the headspace of the president.
Yes.
Because the way the president has absolutely characterized these folks is they are a threat. To him, he's never really put them as, these are families trying to get away from terrible things.
Yeah.
To him, these are rapists, these are murderers. And you know who else is a rapist and murderer? The other people we have at Guantanamo Bay. So for me, if you're looking for consistency, you found it. The only inconsistent thing is that they didn't go through with it.
Yeah.
Because I was talking to someone about his plan for putting asylum seekers and just driving them to sanctuary cities. That for sanctuary cities, we did on the main show, Cenk was like, okay, fine. It's gonna be weird, you're gonna complain when they don't get back to, Mexicali or whatever the city, Cali-Mex on the border because it's so far from where you just dropped them off.
And also by definition, you're driving them to a place where they say they're not gonna comply with federal immigration laws. So,
right. So
yeah,
that's your thing.
Exactly.
But it is psychotic of him to, as he's characterized them as rapists and murderers, it's psychotic of him to put those rapists and murderers in and unleash them in sanctuary city. Obviously they're not rapists or murderers, but
he seems to think they are.
He's like, this is his plan.
Yeah, those two plans that they didn't pursue but might, I think are perfect examples of maybe the two things that Donald Trump was elected to do. So sending the kids to Guantanamo Bay, okay, hypothetically you could have a new dormitory and they've apparently awarded like 23 million to build a contingency mass migration complex, which is a super fancy alliterative way to say concentration camp.
Yeah, it sounds like something on planet Earth.
Exactly, send them there. He didn't think of that because, hey, we've got room. It was brought up because, hey, that's horrendous. And we want to punish these people. We know that they set immigration policy to please their supporters and to scare people still in Latin America who might come here. Sending kids to a place that you house terrorists in is one way to theoretically scare them. So cruelty to outgroups is one way, and owning libs is the other thing that he was put in office to do. And sending rapists and murderers to sanctuary cities, which are traditionally considered to be democratic, does not solve our immigration problem. It doesn't make any logical sense, but it does own the libs, right? And so conservatives online get to see that and think, oh, you love these people so much, why don't you take them? And those sorts of ridiculous impulses towards cruelty and like vindictive behavior towards your political opponents, that is not a way to govern a country. It's not a way to solve any problems, but it does perfectly feed the monster that is Trump's base.
He said that the Democrats have done nothing. So if the Democrats have done nothing and Trump's the only one who's done things and the immigration crisis has gotten worse, by that logic, Trump has only done things to make the immigration crisis worse.
That's true, that is true. I don't think that they will get that message, but really fast, Senator Jeff Merkley took this very seriously, tweeted, the idea of incarcerating children at Guantanamo should send chills down the spine of anyone with a conscience. This is what happens when our president is so racist that he sees migrant children as an invasion and not vulnerable children to be protected. And that is 100% true. Thank you very much for watching this clip from The Damage Report. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell on YouTube to get notifications of our new videos. And of course, you can catch the full Damage Report live every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on TYT Network on YouTube TV.